To announce the launch of something truly special. This is it, the 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead.
The moment you fire up the 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead, it's not just an engine starting, it's a resurrection. A resurrection of one of the most legendary names in motorcycle history, reborn with fire, soul, and thunder, for a new generation of riders who still crave the sound of rebellion. Harley has done something almost impossible. They've brought back a ghost from 1936 and made it roar louder, stronger, and wilder than ever. When you first lay eyes on the 2026 Knucklehead, it's clear this isn't just another retro-inspired cruiser. It's a full-blown time machine wrapped in modern muscle. Harley has preserved everything that made the original Knucklehead an icon. The exposed pushrod tubes, the bold round air cleaner, the classic teardrop tank. But every line, every curve, and every bolt screams modern craftsmanship, its heritage reborn with precision. The heart of the Knucklehead is the all-new 1600cc V-twin engine, a tribute to the original 61 cubic inch legend, but built from the ground up with modern tech. It breathes through twin precision injectors, runs liquid cooling to manage the heat, and yet, somehow, Harley has kept that raw, unmistakable feel. It doesn't whisper, it rumbles. The throttle response is instant. The torque, savage. Twist the grip, and it's like the bike leaps straight out of history, shaking the ground beneath you with that unmistakable Harley thunder. This machine doesn't just move, it commands attention. Harley wanted to bring back that mechanical honesty that modern bikes have started to lose, and the 2026 Knucklehead nails it. Every piece of metal feels alive. The engine pulses through the frame. The exhaust note, deep, primal, unapologetic, feels like a heartbeat that syncs with your own. It's the kind of sound that doesn't just echo down the street, it owns it. The chassis has been re-engineered using Harley's new soft-tail evolution frame, designed to capture the rigid hardtail stance of the 1940s while offering modern ride comfort and precision. Hidden monoshock suspension keeps the lines clean and the ride sharp. You can carve through a corner with confidence, and when you hit the highway, it floats just right. It's heavy in the hands, but beautifully balanced. That signature Harley mix of muscle and grace. And then there's the styling. Harley has walked a razor's edge between nostalgia and innovation. The fuel tank carries that vintage badge, a winged Harley-Davidson emblem polished in chrome, like something straight off a museum piece. The knuckle-shaped rocker boxes, a direct nod to the original 1936 model, are machined from solid aluminum and polished to a mirror finish. Every inch of this bike feels handcrafted, as if Harley's design team didn't just build a motorcycle, but sculpted an icon reborn. The lighting setup is modern but timeless, a round LED headlamp framed in chrome, giving it that classic face, but with a razor-sharp beam that pierces the night. The seat is hand-stitched leather, thick and sculpted, giving you that vintage barber stance. The fenders, short, aggressive, unapologetic, make the bike look like it's ready to tear through the decades. And the color options, they're not just paint jobs, they're statements. Molten iron red, smoked chrome, vintage brass, and the limited edition heritage black. Each finish catches the light differently, turning the Knucklehead into a living piece of art. You don't just ride this bike, you wear it, you show it. You become part of its legacy. But what really takes your breath away is how Harley has blended modern performance technology into a machine that looks straight out of a 1940s garage. The 2026 Knucklehead features a full digital analog hybrid gauge cluster, smart keyless ignition, cornering traction control, adaptive ride modes, and Bluetooth connectivity discreetly built into the system. You can connect your phone, control music, even monitor your ride data, all without losing that classic dashboard look. The ride experience is pure adrenaline mixed with reverence. The moment you drop into the seat, you feel lower, meaner, more connected to the machine. The handlebars stretch wide, giving you that old-school chopper posture. And when you let the clutch out, it's not a ride, it's a ritual. The torque kicks in instantly, launching you forward with raw mechanical fury. The rear tire grips hard, the front stays planted, and the soundtrack of that V-twin fills the world around you. Every gear shift feels deliberate, mechanical, honest. It's not smoothed out or muted. It's tactile. You feel every rotation, every pulse. This bike makes you a participant, not a passenger. It demands your attention, your respect, and your passion. Harley even went so far as to reimagine the exhaust system, calling it the Thunderline 2-in-2. It's designed to mimic the old straight pipes, but tuned for modern emissions and sound laws. The result? The perfect growl, deep, resonant, and soul-shaking. It's not just sound, it's identity. For comfort and handling, Harley integrated their new dynamic stability control, which subtly assists during cornering and heavy braking without dulling the ride. And the braking system? Twin floating discs up front, Brembo calipers, and a rear setup that gives you confidence in every stop. You can push this beast as hard as you want, and it never loses its composure. One of the most brilliant features of the 2026 Knucklehead is its ride mode tuning: Classic, Road, and Rebel. Classic mode gives you that laid-back torque curve for cruising. Road mode tightens throttle response for highway rides. Rebel? That's full unleashed power. Raw, aggressive, unfiltered Harley attitude. And while this bike oozes heritage, it's built for the modern rider. USB-C charging ports, navigation integration, and even an optional retro tank-mounted display that gives live ride data in a vintage-style analog format. It's like Harley knew riders wanted both, the soul of the past and the brain of the future. The 2026 Knucklehead isn't about chasing trends. It's about reminding the world why Harley-Davidson became a legend in the first place. Power, pride, and pure, unapologetic attitude. It's a motorcycle that doesn't care about blending in. It was built to stand out, to tell every rider that real machines have personality. Riding it feels like riding a legacy that refuses to die. The wind feels louder, the road feels closer, and every moment feels charged with something raw and eternal. You look at your reflection in shop windows as you pass, and you can't help but think, this is what motorcycles were meant to be. The 2026 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead isn't just a bike. It's a movement, a time capsule with horsepower, a living tribute to when freedom was loud, greasy, and honest. It's Harley's love letter to its roots, and a warning to every other manufacturer. The king of American iron isn't done yet. So when you twist that throttle, when you feel that roar vibrate through your chest, you realize this isn't nostalgia, it's rebirth. The Knucklehead is back, and it's here to remind every rider what real freedom sounds like. Because on this machine, every ride feels like history roaring back to life.